Episode 17, Cryptocurrency Exchanges.
Interested in Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is a very vague concept to a lot of people.
Need to know more about cryptocurrency?
We're going to talk about the basics. You know, this is something that people just have no idea about what crypto is.
How about buying, selling, and mining?
Tony, I think that's one of the things that's going to make us a little different from some other shows.
We're getting our hands dirty.
Then listen to Gary Leland and Tony Sakala, better known as the Crypto Cousins, on the Crypto Cousins podcast. This week's price.
Price of Bitcoin today is $10,270. That's down $1,730 in the last week, which is 14.5%. Oh my gosh. Hey, this is Gary Leland.
And this is Tony Sakala.
Tony, Bitcoin down. I think this might be the lowest we've seen it since we've been doing the show.
It could be, yeah. You know, it still feels high. I don't know why. You know, over the 10,000 mark. It feels high. I guess it depends on when you came in.
Yeah, as I say, we did a meetup this weekend in Fort Worth, and we do one next weekend in Dallas. If you're in the Dallas area, check on meetup.com and just search Crypto Cousins. But yeah, Tony, as I said this weekend at the meetup, it's according to where you came in at. You know, I came in, started buying at 3,600. Someone else was there who started buying at 1,600. You know, to me, it seems higher than it does to her. Right?
Right. I mean, it all depends on where you came in at. If you came in at 100 or 300, you know, you're sitting pretty. If you came in at 16,000 or 20,000, well, maybe not 20,000. Some people came in at 18, 19,000.
I think it popped over 20 for just a short while.
It was a blip. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, that's the thing, that the more it goes up, the more padding you have. But if you look at Bitcoin if you look at it over the last month, you may be going, oh my gosh, look what happened. But then if you expand that chart out to the last year, you don't really see a drop. You still see quite a rise.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You know, it is more like a technology than a stock. I mean, the adoption rate is growing. The technology is changing and becoming more complex, and in doing so, it's growing, but it has these little setbacks, so to speak. And I think the setbacks, of course, have more to do with the fear, uncertainty, and doubt of people who are new to the space. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt that is being inserted by third-party actors who are trying to discredit Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, because, you know, let's face it, it's disrupting the entire world.
Well, I think also you may have things like these funds that are shorting and stuff. The next one ends on the 20th. It's kind of funny. It's just, you know, when these funds started, I don't know if they're funds, but I'm using the wrong term there. People were shorting in Bitcoin. Like the CMBE, I can't even think of the names of them now. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. What Ronnie Moaz basically said, you know, you got a bunch of guys in Chicago and New York, and they're going to do whatever it takes to bring it down.
And when that first started, a lot of people said, oh, they'd be shorting and the price would drop drastically, and it didn't happen right away. But, you know, the first of them just ended like last week, and the next batch ends on the 28th. So it's kind of funny they have been dropping down. So I'm kind of curious what happens after the 28th. But we'll see about that for sure. Hey, I also want everybody to know, I kind of tried to make it easy for everybody to subscribe to the show. We have all these links, like cryptocousins.com/iTunes, cryptocousins.com/Spotify, cryptocousins.com/YouTube, whatever it is. We have a link for it that way. So I made a page on the site, just cryptocousins.com/subscribe to make it even easier. All you got to remember is cryptocousins.com/subscribe. You go to that page, and there is a button for every subscription method on the planet to our show. If there's a place to listen or watch our show, there's a button there to subscribe. So check that out, cryptocousins.com/subscribe. That's easy if you want to share it with someone, you know, because you don't know what they're going to want to listen to it on. So I did to make that. So I thought that was good. Also,
it's a beautiful page.
Well, thank you.
It is a beautiful page.
It comes up good on the mobile version, too.
Nice.
And I also want to thank our newest Patreon supporter. We had a third cousin, Rich Jackson, donated $5 a month. I want to thank you, Rich, for that. We're having that's starting to grow over there. If anyone wants to check that out, guess where it's at? Cryptocousins.com/Patreon. But if you want to help,
thank you, Rich.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rich. We've had quite a few people joining in over there, and that really helps a lot. As you know, we're doing 2 shows now. We hope to move into 3. So thanks everybody who's been supporting us at cryptocousins.com/Patreon. So anything exciting happening on your end of the world, Tony?
In my end of the world, well, I think meeting all of people in our meetup this last weekend was really interesting to me, because you have people who they're really quiet sometimes, and then they say, yeah, I just bought $25,000 worth of miners, or someone else will say, yeah, I'm looking at doing this or that. And you never can tell in crypto, what the person looks like, and, how old they are or whatever. It doesn't necessarily tell you, how involved they are. We have a number of people in our weekend meetups. We have folks that, they're retired, and they're really excited to do this, jump into this new space. Maybe they were financial advisors, or maybe they worked for a big company their whole lives, and now they've got their whole life in front of them, where they can sit at home and study and learn about cryptocurrency. And I find it very inspiring. We have a really great, interesting group of people in the group.
Yeah, we did. We had a really good group this weekend, as a matter of fact, and I'm looking forward to our meetup this weekend in Dallas to see how that turns out. Hey, Tony, I watch a lot of TV. Now, more of my TV watching is actually on YouTube. It's getting more and more. So you're kind of converting me there. But I was watching something the other day, and I just jogged down some notes the other day, and I went back to find it to get some more info, and I couldn't find it on YouTube. But it was the 5 richest people in Bitcoin.
Oh, interesting.
I'm going to give you a couple guesses. See maybe you can guess. Usually I have these on the notes here, and I didn't put these on here, Tony, to make you have to guess.
Yes, I have to really work at it. Yeah. So we have Satoshi Nakamoto.
That's number 1. Ding, 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 ding.
The Winklevoss twins.
Number 2. Ding, 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 ding.
Wow. Well, Roger.
Number 3. Ding, 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 ding.
Wow.
Oh, you're really pretty good here, Tony.
I'm really nailing that. And is there 1 left or 2 left?
2 left.
Quick. 2 left. I really don't know. I can't guess.
You can give up. You did pretty good, I think.
I did good. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Not only did you get 3 out of 5, you got them in order. Number 4, I don't know. I don't know if this is true. It says Charlie Shrimp. And they had him at like 44 million. But, I saw Charlie Shrimp doing an interview, and he said he went to jail. He had 2 Bitcoin left.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if that's the case, if this is true, man, he's been working hard since he got out of prison.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I would think if you have a lot of Bitcoin, you want to keep it quiet.
Yeah, maybe. And number 5, I hate to say it, but I do not know who this is, really. I have heard of the company is Tony Gallippi at BitPay.
Oh, who is it?
Tony Gallippi. Gallippi, I believe is the spelling. I jogged these down real quick. But it was the BitPay. Okay.
Oh, well, that makes sense. So, yeah, someone who was in early. BitPay was an early player. Mm-hmm.
So I thought those were kind of interesting. Like I said, I was confused on the Charlie Shrimp. That doesn't go with what he said. But, yeah, you're right. When you got a lot of money, like that kind of money, you're just walking around places. You might be wanting to keep it a secret.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's very interesting. And I think that's the interesting thing about Bitcoin is that, the addresses are anonymous. You don't have to tell people how much Bitcoin you own. That's not necessarily anyone's business.
Hey, I also saw another thing coming up. Have you ever heard of Weisse Ratings, WEISS?
The Weisse Ratings? Someone's mentioned them before, I think, on the news, but I haven't really looked into it.
Well, they're at WeiseRatings.com, and if you go there, they have the title says Weisse Ratings will release the first Bitcoin and cryptocurrency grades by any rating agency in the world. And I guess at the moment they rate banks, they rate investment funds, they rate stocks, but they rate all these things, and they're going to start rating cryptocurrencies. And they have a countdown clock, 23 hours, 41 minutes, 47, 46, 45, 44 seconds. So starting tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the 24th, they will be rating cryptocurrencies. And I
Fantastic. I wonder where Dogecoin's going to show up.
Oh, that's a good question, Tony. Where will Dogecoin show up? That I do not know. Flipping through my book here, trying to find my notes on this, because they have certain methods they're going to use to rate these, which I thought was interesting. But they're going to use 4 different methods. They've pretty much made a algorithm or whatever to grade cryptos in 4 categories. One is your risk index, or the lowest it can go. Number 2 is the reward index, or how high it can go. This, I guess, is according to their thoughts. Number 3 is the tech involved, the actual code, what it does. And number 4 is the fundamental index, which is, will people use it? Will they not use it? How many people are using it? Or how many people invested, or whatever. And then they grade each crypto on a grade from A to F. Passing grade, I'm going to have to assume, is A, and the failing grade is F. So I don't know what this will really amount to, but I think it could be like if someone's thinking about getting into a coin, maybe it'd just be another place you can go get some more information.
They're doing the work. They're doing the work. It can't hurt to have more data. There's no doubt about it. It doesn't really mean that that crypto has any value. I wonder where Ripple will show up, because, Ripple's supposed to be a bank coin, and the banks are going to use it to do this transfer, but the banks aren't using it. So I don't exactly know what Ripple is, but it's certainly a great marketing effort.
Well, I definitely want to see this tomorrow and see what they have, how they've ranked these, whether they have a top 10 or a top 20, and that'd be interesting to see where Ripple is at on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're really rating apples and oranges in a lot of these.
But they're gonna be rating Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano. This is from their site. Litecoin, Stellar, EOS, IOTA, Dash, Neontron, Monero, Bitcoin Gold, and many others. So they're planning on rating a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Also want everybody to know we're trying to compile a book. And I've done this before in podcasting, where I got like 100 podcasters to all give great tips, and the book was 100 great podcasting tips. And it was a really good book. We sold a ton of them, and we put in, like an about section about podcasting and resources and stuff, and made a book. So I thought I'd get all the cousins involved if they want. And if you go to cryptocousins.com/book, there's it's a survey form. You put your name, you put your Twitter handle, your website, and give us your favorite tip. And Tony, I got to tell people, a great tip would not be HODL. That's probably not going to make the cut. We want actual information. Start mining is not a great tip, because that's what's funny. Some of them have been HODL. That's their whole tip. Mining. Start mining. We're looking for usable information so that.
So more details. You're looking for more details. Okay, so in other words, basically, we already have HODL and we already have start mining.
Right.
I know. Those were my suggestions, Gary.
Yeah, was that you? I didn't read who the person that did that was.
No, I'm just kidding.
But if you do want to get your name in the book and give some information, go to cryptocousins.com/book. But we're looking for usable tips, and it doesn't matter how long they are in the podcasting tip book. Some of them were 2 pages. People gave us good information, usable information.
This is exciting.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with that. Like I said, I just started it yesterday, so we'll see what happens. Also, let's go to a message, Tony. Let's reverse it this week. Let's do a phone voice message first, because I like voice messages, and I don't have to read it. Yeah. And if you want to leave us a voice comment, message or a comment, if you want to ask a question, or you just even want to say, hey, we like the show, call 747-777-9471. That's 747-777-9471. It ought to be a tune or something to that. Maybe someone can make us a jingle.
Yeah, a little jingle.
Yeah, it's good enough to have a jingle now. But let's listen to the question.
Hey guys, this is Seth calling from Charleston, South Carolina. I love the show. It's awesome. And I've got a question about mining. I'm wondering about in the future when all 21 million Bitcoins are released and mining no longer gains you Bitcoin, what's going to happen as far as that goes? I know you've talked about getting paid for running a full node. Is that going to be if there's no incentive to keep mining and to run these blockchains, then how are the blockchains going to continue? How is this just going to devalue Bitcoin, or what's going to happen with that?
Okay, Tony, why don't you take that one?
Well, that's a great question, Seth. The mining and the difficulty and the number of Bitcoins that are released on a regular basis is changing. And we have this algorithm in Bitcoin that every 4 years it halves. And so at a certain point in the year, as you're correct, in the year 2140, there will be no more Bitcoins to mine. However, by then, it's pretty much determined that the transaction fees in every Bitcoin transaction will be enough for miners to make money. Every time someone sends money on Bitcoin, there's a transaction fee. And it's only a few Satoshis, but it adds up. So, Seth from Charleston, South Carolina, appreciate your call. And thanks again.
And Seth, I want to let you know, I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, born and raised, lived there till I was 29. So I know I like you already, Seth. I lived on James Island. I don't know where you live, but I like you already, Seth. But yeah, so the Satoshis they make for just mining, confirming the transactions will make it worth their time, is what you're saying, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And let's go to another question here. This is an email question. And if you want to send in an email question, just send them to thecryptocousins@gmail.com. And this is from Eric. Eric says, I'm new to crypto coins and I wanted to know how and where to get started. Like, what's the first thing I need and where can I buy Dash coins and coins like that? Well, it's really not that much to get into crypto. You just have to have some money, I guess, is the main thing. So you can buy some. But we'll go on to your part about that of where to buy Dash and coins like that. Because today is your lucky day, Eric. Our show is about that. About crypto exchanges. So, and that's where you're going to have to go to buy Dash and coins like that. And what is a cryptocurrency exchange? These are exchanges that are like the traditional stock exchanges where buyers and sellers trade based on current market price of cryptocurrencies. These type of trading platforms usually take a fee for each transaction. So, that's where you're going to be buying your crypto from, is from an exchange of some kind. Right, Tony?
Well, most people, go to an exchange that's for their very first experience in crypto because, they may not know somebody. Another way to get crypto is to know somebody. And so exchanges are very popular. In fact, so popular that they're getting crushed by the new rush of subscribers to the exchange.
Yeah. But first, let's go to exchanges, though. Like one of the first ones that a lot of people maybe they haven't even heard it by name, but they've heard of the story, is Mt. Gox, which Mt. Gox was actually the first exchange, I guess, big exchange to get hacked.
Yeah, there was a huge hack and a very strange story around that. It was over, I think it was in Japan, and the people involved said it was a hack, and then there was a huge story about it, and I think it was today's price is $1 billion, robbery because of the number of coins that were stolen.
Well, and that's why you don't leave your crypto on an exchange. Exchanges are not banks. Sometimes you buy these smaller coins. There's no place to really put them at. You don't have a wallet for them, I guess. But for the most part, you really don't leave your money on the bank. And what you were talking about with this recent growth in crypto, a lot of these exchanges have shut down and quit taking customers at times.
Yeah, no, they definitely have. According to Charlie Lee, the developer of Litecoin, and he was one of the chief engineers at Coinbase, he says you just can't throw money at scaling. It's just not that type of problem. It's a really hard problem to move from thousands of customers to millions of customers.
I wonder if that's why, Kraken recently, one of the exchanges did an upgrade that was supposed to last a couple of hours. And it took a few days. I mean, I had some money over there. I was kind of starting to worry. So I wasn't following my own advice, Tony. I was leaving my money on the exchange. So
yeah, Mt. Gox was one of the originals, and I just looked it up. It was 850,000 Bitcoins stolen. That's a lot.
And that's a lot. Someone made some money, huh?
Yeah, well, and
how much was it? How many was it?
850,000.
I don't know. I mean, zeros is that? Wow, that's 88 billion.
88 billion.
Yeah, 88 billion. Wow.
Hard to imagine.
That guy, whoever robbed that place, is living high on the hog now. Wow, $88 billion. Wow. So that's why you don't want to leave your crypto on the exchange here. And then, I saw Zhao Shengpeng from Binance
very well
being
pronounced.
interviewed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did I get that right?
I think you got it right. It sounded very close. Sounded like it. Very official. Yeah.
But Binance had shut down their taking the new customers. And I was watching him. He moved the Binance from China to Japan some time ago because of China, how they were treating exchanges. But he said that they had shut down for new customers for a while, and they opened for new accounts for an hour. Now I think they may be opened altogether, but they did a quick hour while they were shut down. And in that 1 hour, they had 250,000 people sign up for new accounts.
Wow.
I mean, that's a massive growth there for anyone. In 1 hour, you have 250,000 people sign up for new accounts. He also said their average demographic, which I found interesting, was 25 to 35-year-old males.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that makes sense. A lot of sense. That's pretty much kind of what you'd expect. And
that even, what did we have this weekend? 2 women?
Yeah. We have a couple people. We have 3 women. Some folks brought their girlfriends with them, or their girlfriends brought them. We don't know who was the leader of the pack on that one. And we had and one other.
And then we have, just to break it down, you have centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. And so I went for the centralized one. I got the top 5 by volume from Crypto Coin Charts. And we'll have the link to that in the show notes. But the top 5 from volume, I was kind of surprised. Number 1 was Bitfinex, Coin 1 number 2, Kraken number 3, Bitstamp number 4, and Coinbase was number 5. I didn't really see them in that order. I was not that I've ever researched it, but I just wouldn't have thought that would have been that order.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that about what you would have expected?
Mm-hmm. I really wouldn't have known. I think because it's such a global market, and we have very much a U.S. focus in the United States, we're somewhat focused on ourselves. So I think we forget that, yes, Bitfinex and Kraken and some of these others really, they have a huge global following.
Yeah, and a centralized exchange is kind of like what you're used to doing business with now, like a bank. It's one party that's controlling everything. Would you say that's the best way to describe it, Tim?
Yeah, it's one place to go. When you're not, when your coins are in their wallet, they have your private keys. They're the ones. They have control over the private keys of that money. They don't have your private keys, but they have the keys that control those funds. So I think, as we keep recommending to folks, you get in, you get out. Don't leave your money on an exchange because you don't know who's the next, which is the next exchange that may have a problem.
Yeah, I guess because I'm centrally located in the U.S. here. Because I have Kraken and I have Coinbase and I have Bitfinex, but I've not even gone to Coin One or Bitstamp. So I guess I need to check because a lot of people are using them, so they must be halfway decent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with exchanges. The whole design of them is it's kind of like E-Trade. It's kind of like trading for stocks. And
right.
If you've seen those charts, there's charts and there's all kinds of small numbers, and everything's moving on the screen, and it's really exciting, but it's still confusing to most newbies. Like, what do you do? And I think that
I agree.
That's kind of it's kind of there's a big learning curve there, and especially again with if it's your money, you don't want to be typing numbers in the wrong place and exchanging for the wrong values. So it definitely takes a little bit of a learning curve. You don't want to go in there and start messing around.
Then you have, and I've heard this in a lot of shows I've been listening to podcasts, decentralized exchanges. A lot of people are talking about decentralized exchanges, it seems like to me.
Decentralized exchanges, I believe I predict that's going to be the wave of 2018. People are going to realize that what are we doing here? The whole point of crypto is decentralization. And so I think that's going to be one of the big news items of this coming year.
And a decentralized exchange are exchanges that do not require a third party to store your funds. Instead, you are always in direct control of your coins. And you conduct transactions directly with whoever wants to purchase or sell your coins. So what is that? Explain that to me.
Well, you could think of a decentralized exchange as kind of like a BitTorrent network or the blockchain. You are a node on those networks, and you can maintain your private keys, and you maintain control of your money, and then you set up a trade with someone or someone else, and kind of like local Bitcoins does. You're able to set up a trading partner and determine what the price will be. Decentralized exchange, something like BISC, works in that way. You're being matched up. You get to find someone else who wants to sell what you want to buy, and it works like that.
Is it hard? Is it a lot harder to work with than a centralized exchange where you just put in your money and say, I want to buy a Bitcoin?
It's the interface is a little bit different. You have to get used to it, but it's not any harder or easier. It's just really it's different. And the nice thing is you don't have to be concerned about your money. It's always under your control until you do the trade.
And I got the top 5 from coinsuture.com, and they are Waves, Open Ledger, CryptoBridge, BISC, which you just named, and Stellar. Were you familiar with any of those? Have you ever used them?
Yeah, I'm on BISC. I've looked at it. I haven't done any trades, but I definitely have looked at BISC and found it to be really a good interface. It's actually it runs as an app on a Mac, so I jumped on that because it was easy to use. It had a nice interface.
Yeah, sometimes Tony, if you're buying online, you got to get your money online somewhere. And a lot of these exchanges, it seems to me, don't take money. They just trade. So you got to get your money. You got to get your money on there to start trading. If you're going to one that doesn't take money, am I right?
It's a chicken and egg problem. You need crypto to get crypto.
Yeah. So a lot of people. I mean, we've directed a ton of people to Coinbase, to buy their crypto, and I don't care if you go there or not. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. We do have a referral fee that if you are opening up a new account and getting into crypto and you use our referral fee, you get $10 worth of free Bitcoin, and we get $10 worth of free Bitcoin for sending you there. And that link is cryptocousins.com/Coinbase. But I'm bringing up Coinbase because a lot of people do go to Coinbase, and I was buying direct on Coinbase at first before I found this out that if you just send your money to Coinbase, you aren't charged any fees for transferring money there. And then you can transfer your money from Coinbase to their exchange, which is GTAX. Mm-hmm. And then you can buy what most people are buying are like Litecoin because the transfer fees are so much cheaper. And then transferring that off to another exchange. That's what I see people saying all the time. Is that, you agree?
So it's a hop, skip, and a jump. You got to start somewhere. You get your Litecoin, then you move it around. And it's challenging. People are expecting that they can just go somewhere and put some money, put a credit card down and buy Bitcoin. And you can do that. You can buy Bitcoin with credit cards, but there aren't that many places to go do that. It's not that easy. There's Changely, which is one place where you can buy Bitcoin with a credit card. And the problem there, of course, is you're going to pay a higher fee. With ease of use and simplicity comes higher fees. And that's the big challenge today.
I think
I'm not a big.
Well, I think there's also I can't exactly remember, but maybe Crypto Mama, is that the name of it?
Coin Mama
that takes credit cards.
I believe so.
I'm just trying to pull that up real quick, but Coin Mama, you can buy crypto there with credit cards. I've never used that, so I don't know what the deal is, but I do know that you can use that to get credit cards. Now, Tony, you have, I guess, what we could call a love-hate relationship with crypto exchanges.
I do.
More so than me. That's one of the we're really different in a lot of ways, which I think we help each other out because we see things in different lights. But you said earlier your favorite exchange was Shapeshift.io. Why is that? And tell us about Shapeshift.io.
Well, sometimes you'll get a coin because it's an airdrop coin. If you had a lot of Bitcoin, suddenly your wallet was full of a lot of Bcash. And, there's also these other Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Gold. There's a lot of airdrop coins. And if you don't want those coins anymore, you have to get rid of them on an exchange. And so I found that when all the exchanges were crashing, seriously crashing, one weekend, I was able to use Shapeshift.io and move my coins into Bitcoin successfully. And I don't exactly know how they work, but they'll tell you what the rate is when you type in what you have. And I was using it from within the Exodus wallet, which I know you like, and it worked really well.
I do like the Exodus wallet. It does have Shapeshift built into it. I've never done anything with Shapeshift, though, inside of it. All I've done is transfer money, really. I haven't really exchanged any money. So you're doing that in the wallet with and I'm at Shapeshift's site now. And I've never even been to the site.
So basically there's not a buy sell thing going on. There's not. It's just, what do you want? What do you have, and what do you want? And you put in that, and it takes you through. It's just kind of like working through a shopping cart.
Well, it's a nice, clean interface.
Yeah, I think that the user experience is one of the most important things in crypto. People can't be going into apps that look like you're going to need to type something in the console. It's going to scare away too many people. We run a full node Bitcoin, a Bitcoin node, and running the software for full node and running the software for a lot of these things requires a lot of attention to detail. There's a lot of settings, and it doesn't look like Shapeshift. You're in the guts, and so we're still so early in this experience that any company that does a better job with the user experience is going to have a great lead on any other competitor.
I'm on the Shapeshift now, and it says, unlike other digital assets and Bitcoin exchanges, you don't need an account to use Shapeshift. This means your funds and information don't suffer custodial risk. So, you don't have to have an account here? You just go in there and trade?
Exactly.
So is this a decentralized exchange?
It's not. It's just when you sign your coins over to them and you pay them, it's just like paying someone else to another address. So your coins go to their address. They create the market for it. They have others that want to buy your coins, and they act as the market maker, and they have their markup. And then on the other end, you receive the coins into your new wallet with the other coin, and you're all set. So they do the magic in the middle without you having to really worry about the details.
Well, this is interesting. I'm going to have to mess around with that. I like that. So that's your favorite, and you basically, your least favorite are all the rest.
Yeah, it's true. As miners, we're getting involved in a lot of different coins, and, we have to create wallets for some esoteric coins. So I do use Bittrex regularly to create coins for create wallets for coins like Verge and some of these others that I'm not really in the mood to create a whole wallet just for one coin. Right.
Well, I'm kind of I don't know why I've never looked at Shapeshift before. I've just seen it inside of the Exodus wallet. Well, what are these links you have down here? Bitcoin wiki comparison of exchanges?
A couple sites. The Bitcoin wiki has a chart, a comparison of exchanges, and that chart shows, I'm not sure exactly how up to date it is, but it does show the fees. So which exchanges charge which fees. For instance, it shows Binance has a 0.1% fee for the fee maker and the fee taker. And as we know, you're familiar with GDAX, if you've got a 0% fee if you're the maker and the 0.25% fee if you're the taker. So if you put a limit order out there on GDAX and say you'd like to buy at a certain price or sell at a certain price, you don't get charged a fee.
Oh, cool. And bestbitcoinexchange.net?
Yeah, I just discovered that this morning. I don't know if it's a really great site, but it does review the different exchanges.
It's funny, you were putting that on our notes. I was on the page. And I was like, oh, this looks kind of interesting. I'm going to put this on the notes. And I went to put them on the notes, and you just got through typing it.
Oh, that's so funny.
That was funny. We both found it at like basically the same moment. That was funny. I thought, well, gosh, anything you want to... I'm just sitting here with the Shape Shift. I'm going to have to explore this. Is there anything else you want to add before we move on? I think we're like... we try to do these shows 30 minutes. We've never done 30 minutes, but we're at 40. So maybe we need to be wrapping.
We did pretty well today. Yeah.
That's big for us. Only 10 minutes over.
Yeah, we did pretty well. So, yeah, exchanges, they're a necessary evil. Keep your eye out for decentralized exchanges. I think it's going to be the big thing in 2018. People have been tired of getting their money stolen. And that's the message. Don't let your money get stolen.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to give a big thank you to everybody for listening. We really appreciate it. So many people have been listening and sharing this, that our show has grown off the wall. And the Crypto Cousins, we are all, Tony and I and everybody, we're all cousins in this together. So I want to thank everybody that's been listening and sharing. Also, make sure everybody knows we're not financial advisors. We're just Gary and Tony talking. We're learning crypto, and we decided to create a podcast to share what we were learning with you. I learn something on every show we do, and I hope everybody else does too. I don't know about you, Tony, but I definitely learn something on every show.
Oh, absolutely. And in doing the shows, we get to meet some fascinating people and do some fascinating interviews. And this is the most exciting space to be in. There's no doubt about it. This transformation of money from handing over our money to a third party and wishing that they would take care of it for us and hoping that they will take care of it for us, to managing it ourselves, to determining that we have the right to manage our money. We have the right to hold our money and determine who's going to take it and who we're going to give it to. And having others take our money, steal our money, that's going to be a thing of the past.
And also, I agree completely. Give us a 5-star review if you're listening on iTunes, or subscribe if you're listening to us on our website or somewhere else. Just go to, like I said earlier, cryptocousins.com/subscribe and choose your poison. And don't forget to check out cryptocousins.com/donate. And please call us with a question or a comment. We want to hear from you. We really like getting those. 747-777-9471. And someone make us a theme for that.
A jingle.
A jingle, yeah, a jingle. We could use a jingle. Someone out there is talented to do that. We've had the cousins doing a lot of stuff for us. But that's it from me. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here, Tony?
Just maybe to mention, our Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, our Facebook group is fantastic. People are helping each other out left and right. I don't get on as much as you do, Gary. I do enjoy just getting to know the different cousins. We have folks who are helping to moderate, folks who are helping each other out. That, of course, is cryptocousins.com/Facebook group.
Okay. So thanks, everyone, and have a good weekend until next show.
Take care. Bye now.
Thanks for listening to the Crypto Cousins podcast. Please share this podcast with anyone you know that is interested in cryptocurrency. Your friends can subscribe on iTunes at cryptocousins.com/iTunes and on Android at cryptocousins.com/play. If you want to know more about Tony or Gary, just go to tonysakala.com or garyleland.com. Make sure and join us on the next episode, and thanks for listening. The Crypto Cousins podcast and information in the podcast are not intended as investment advice. Cryptocurrencies are risky. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Always seek professional advice before making any investment. Investing in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies may present tremendous risks. Please understand that you are using any and all information available on or through the Crypto Cousins podcast at your own risk.